Film development hell, day 65. Danielle is back from Cannes Film Festival, so let's catch up, is the name of this video. Why? Well, my name is Deborah Richards, and I am an independent film director from Las Vegas. And currently, I am in development of my third feature film. It's a horror called Scissor Mouth. And recently, one of our team members, Danielle Chambers, an amazing actress and development executive here at 1905 Films, went to Cannes Film Festival because she had a film in the short film corner, and she was also representing us as we get interest from stakeholders for our next movie. So she's going to be here in a minute, and we can catch up. But even before she gets here, I got to actually jump on a quick Zoom meeting with one of our co-conspirators in England to talk about some of the digital marketing ideas for Scissor Mouth. But as you guys know, nothing happens without coffee. Hey! What's up?
Hello.
What's up? What's up? How you doing? Hey, ZB, this is Danielle. Danielle,
Hi.
this is ZB.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Nice to meet you.
Danielle,
Nice to meet you too.
Danielle works.
When you guys decide.
Yeah, great. Danielle works with us here at 1905, so she'll be joining us. How did the seminars go last week? Everything good?
Yeah, it all went well. Lots of interesting people in there as well. And you guys just process for a second. Sorry,
Oh.
you're still good. Great. So all good. A few more people joining the mastermind from that as well. So
Very cool.
We'll meet them at some point. It went well overall. Yeah.
Excellent. You got some rest?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you
Over the weekend.
look fresh faced and rested, so that's great.
Yeah.
Did-
Not too bad. Yeah.
Did you get the materials I sent you?
I did.
Yeah,
yes.
I know you haven't had much time to look at them, but other than glance over, and that's all I would expect at this point. But any questions right off the bat?
No. So I took a look at the back. Haven't had a chance to read the script. But
Sure.
I'm not familiar with sort of what you're trying to do.
Right. So let me give you the big pitch. So
Right.
Scissor Mouth is a female-driven horror set in Texas in the mid-'80s. It's very loosely based on a 5,000-year-old public domain Japanese IP. It's an old folktale that I've modernized. The script is it's really, really strong, really, really polished. It has been through multiple rounds of notes, peer revision, screenwriting boot camps, all of that, and it's now production ready. The budget is roughly between 1.5 and 2 million. Our line producer is putting together the budget this week. Our line producer was the executive producer on Terrifier 2, which turned a $300,000 movie into 16 million. So Marcus is a co-producer on this project. Patrick is obviously the producer. I'm the writer-director. And we have a star attached. We have Johnny Pemberton. I'm not sure if you know that name straight off the bat, but he was in Amazon's Fallout. This is him, the breakout hit Fallout. Now, what's really great about this is his star is ascending because Fallout was a big hit. They just finished filming season 2, and season 3 has been picked up. So for the next 3-4 years, his star is going to be ascending, which is fucking great for us. We have CSA casting director, Kimberly Scum. She's attached to the project. She's an old friend, and I've worked with her before. Yeah, slide in a bit. You got half her face there. She's attached to the project. She casted a lot of big things like True Lies with Schwarzenegger and House of Cards and Pelican Brief. So we got a super great team. We have the screenplay is top 20% on Blacklist, Coverfly, and Slated. We put it through Largo AI. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Largo AI. Are you familiar?
It rings a bell.
Yeah, real quick. Largo AI is just an AI predictive model. It's about $1,000 a month. It's pretty expensive. It's a predictive model for sales. Now, here's my opinion on AI predictive models. I personally don't believe a word they say, because if they were accurate, then Snow White wouldn't be a flop. The big companies would be using them. But it's one of those things where, when I'm pitching or speaking to stakeholders, every now and then it comes up, oh, have you thought about putting it into Largo AI? Or have you thought about putting it into Slated AI? And we can easily turn around and say, yes, we have, and we've done so. And based on our casting decisions, and based on the screenplay, and based on the budget, um, the predictions are on a $2 million budget are around 18 million. And that's both of them came to those numbers. So within a couple million of each other. So basically, we're very, very confident about the project is what I'm trying to say. We do not intend on self-distributing this. This is an entirely different model. And we want either a worldwide theatrical release or mega Netflix deal or something like that. But that's what we're shooting for. Now, any questions so far?
No.
Okay.
Glad you said you're not going to try and self-distribute this one.
Yeah.
A little challenging.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's a different.
Yeah.
Everything about each one of our first 3 films have been a completely different model and a completely different approach, and we've taken the lessons from each thing. In fact, the biggest lesson from Shaken and Stirred that we're applying to this, which is something I want to speak to you in a little bit, is to connect the audience from day one, and we can come back to that. We did, with this project 2 years ago, what greenlit this for us was we did a marketing validation campaign on Facebook. We created a Scissor Mouth page. We put the logline and the key art, and that's all we put on the page. We then targeted men and women who speak English, that are over the age of 18, that live in America, who are fans of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Blumhouse movies. And we got 10 cents cost per like, which, as you know, is phenomenal. We spent $300 overnight. We got 3,500 followers, like over fucking night, from our target demographic. This told us that just based on, because right now the movie exists in people's imagination. So based on what they perceive the movie to be on the logline and the key art, that target demographic told us that they want to see it and they're interested. So that was enough for us to say, fuck yeah, let's move forward. So let me tell you how we're going to raise the money. We have, the amazing thing is we have multiple pathways to funding. We have a lot of options on the table. But what we want to do is a crowd equity campaign. Now, you're familiar between the difference between crowdfunding and crowd equity, correct?
Yeah, I've done crowd equity for businesses before, not films.
Okay, very cool. So you're completely familiar with the term. Yeah, so regulation CF, crowd equity, regulated by the Security and Exchange Commission. The beautiful thing is, based on our 10 cents cost per like, if we put in $10,000 into Facebook, we should get 100,000 followers, right? Ish. Now, the average investment on a crowd equity campaign is $500 versus $50 on a crowdfunding campaign where you get a t-shirt, right? So that means out of our core demographic who've expressed an interest in this film, if we supersize that audience to 100,000, it means we only need 2% to raise $1 million. Okay? Now, those are very good numbers to me. I used to be a party promoter, and then I owned restaurants. And, when we would promote something, I would always work on the assumption that if you give out 100 flyers, you're going to get a maximum of 7 people show up and a minimum of around 1 to 2. So I feel very confident on those are numbers that are easy to achieve. But here's the wild thing. Say if we only raise 100,000, say if we only raise 700,000, say if we only raise 500,000, I can easily make up the shortfall with private equity. I have a soft offer from Cannes Film Festival of £1 million on the table for this project. And I have a soft offer in America for 80% if we have 20% secured. So there are options, and I'm not saying these are the be-all and end-all options, because I firmly believe that Hollywood only calls when you don't need Hollywood. So I firmly believe that if we demonstrate the ability to raise 100, 500, 700, people will be coming out the woodwork to make up the shortfall. I'm not even remotely worried about that. That will happen. On top of which, we plan on shooting this in upstate New York, which has a 40% tax incentive. So of that 1.5 or 2 million, we will claw back 40% of qualified expenses.
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
Yes.
Excellent.
The tax credit in New York.
Yes.
Um, that's the
State.
is that a sort of is that the resellable tax credit? As in that's the one
Oh
that you
yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah,
need
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
sell
yeah.
to? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can turn around and sell it. In Vegas, it's cool because the casinos buy them.
yeah. Of course they do.
Of
Yeah.
course they do. Yeah, at 80 cents on the dollar.
Yeah. It's worth keeping in mind though, right? With the 40%, you don't need to cash flow it, so you lose part of that.
Yeah.
Then you need to, when you resell it, you usually lose about 10% again of whatever you resell. So
Right.
that 40% will probably go down
Absolutely.
by five. Yeah.
And I think
So
the common mistake a lot of filmmakers do is they assume that that's 40% of the entire budget. It's not. It's
yeah.
of qualified expenses. And each state is different on what qualifies as qualified expenses. Like some states
Yeah.
will say the money has to 1000% be spent in state. Some states are like, well, airfares are included. So, but that's producer shit for Patrick and Marcus. So,
Yeah, I know a couple of producers that deal with the tax credits, and they're very geeky and they love it. I would
yeah,
not be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to
It's
do that.
not
Yeah.
my thing. It's
I love
accounting.
spreadsheets, but this is another level.
By the way, speaking of time, it took us a year of negotiations with Johnny Pemberton's management team to get him on board. So it's like
Right.
it's such a big win for us.
It's amazing.
It's
Did you have to
amazing.
put down like a guaranteed deposit in order to get that, or just
None, just the power of the
just a lot of
screenplay,
convincing?
a lot of
Yeah.
convincing power. It's two things. It's one, the power of the screenplay, and two, having someone else as an advocate for me. It's not me saying, hey, I'm a really good director and I get projects done. It's our CSA casting director saying, yes, you really want to work with this girl because she always gets things over the finish line and she gets it done.
Yeah.
And I think it's so powerful to have an advocate as opposed to tooting your own horn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No, definitely.
so
Yeah.
I think the combination of those two things, of the script being, it's the perfect, he was who I had in mind when I wrote it. So it's so meaningful that, but it's the power of the screenplay and having an advocate, and not just an advocate that's like my mate from the pub, but a CSA casting director with a huge track record. That's what ultimately did it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I mean, congrats on getting to that, because that must be I mean, yeah, to get a known actor to agree to that without putting down a deposit as well, right? Without having some sort of guaranteed cash there, usually very difficult to get an agent to do that.
I
So
know,
yes.
I know. We've been working on it for a year. I know. That's why we're so happy. But the crazy
Yeah.
thing is, it'll fall like dominoes now. Because now that we got him, we can go to the next actor and say, he's attached. And he's like on our IMDb on the project. It's all completely official.
Yeah.
So that just makes it easier to get the next person, the next person, next person, and bring the finance. Everything is kind of coming like this. And we feel it because we're at that stage of going from, mid to late stage development to early pre-pro. So it's very exciting to see it come together, and it feels very real, and it all comes back to the screenplay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool, man.
Cool. Well, again, yeah. Thanks for thinking of me. I'll make sure to read the screenplay when I have an hour or two. And,
thanks for being your amazing magical self.
Oh, I tried. Yeah. Cool. Awesome, guys. Well, yeah, let's keep in touch about this.
Of course. Let's keep the conversation going. Yeah, read the screenplay. Don't be scared of it. It's a real easy read. I use little words. And let's touch base in about 2 weeks' time. When you've had a chance to go through it, and I've had a chance to speak to Karen again and see what she's found out about that. And then maybe the four of us can jump in a meeting, you, me, Pat, and Karen, and kind of go from there. But I'll give you some time to read, but I can't wait to see what you think of it. And I hope you find it fun. It's very dark, it's very violent, and it's funny.
So it sounds like your style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Awesome. Well, listen, you have a beautiful evening, and thank you as always for your time. And we may even meet up to talk about Shaken and Stirred before we meet up again to talk about this. And But we
Yeah.
can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Sure.
man.
Nice
All
to
right.
meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
All right. Have a
All right,
beautiful
guys.
evening.
Have a
I'll
good
speak
rest of the
soon.
week.
Bye,
Take care.
you too.
All right.
Ciao, ciao.
Take care. Bye.
Yeah, good
That
job.
went well. That
You're
went
a great
well.
speaker.
Thank you. Yay.
You're
That's so
great
fun.
with people and a great speaker.
It was funny because I hate people. I hate people. Go away.
No,
Shoo.
you don't.
Shoo, shoo,
You
shoo. Go
love
away.
people.
Go away.
She
Go
loves
away.
people. He loves people. Ay, ay, ay.
That's the cookie killer.
So what have you guys been up to?
Oh, I think we need coffee.
Yeah,
do
I'll
you-
take
do you-
another.
I don't have any milk. Can we run to the store and get some milk?
So much.
Guys,
Miss you
we're going to run to the store and get some milk so I can get my coffee on because you know how important that is. But you guys stay here and you keep an eye on things. Make good choices. I'll be right back. So why don't you tell Pat a little about your Cannes experience? Because we're very excited that you're back from Cannes. Because people at home, let me catch people up. All right, so
Yeah.
if you guys haven't been watching the channel, basically Danielle went to Cannes a few weeks ago to the festival. It was her first time at the festival. And she was repping a film that she had in the short corner.
By
And-
a really good local Las Vegas filmmaker called DJ Penton.
Yes.
There you go.
Shout out to DJ.
Shout out to
Yeah.
DJ
Thank you,
Penton.
DJ.
Did you go with DJ Penton?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I
She's
haven't.
watching the social media.
No, I'm busy making movies, Patrick. Sorry.
Pat saw it.
Oh my gosh.
That's why there's both of you.
I can't do everything.
Exactly.
So yeah, Danielle was repping that, and also she was oh, I had no idea you were DJ Penton. That's so
Yeah.
cool. It's someone I've been meaning to connect with.
Yes.
And why are you laughing? Well, I get sniggers in the background over here. So basically, Danielle's back from Cannes, and she was also repping Scissor Mouth there, and also met up with Jane, who's potentially one of our co-conspirators from England, a producer, who had been to Cannes 7 times, and she has lots of experience with the festival. So so they met, and hopefully Jane showed Danielle the ropes, and we want to hear all about it. Patrick, are you interested to hear?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to join the conversation?
Yes, I am.
Yay. Come on
I have
over.
ears.
Stuck to the back of your head. So yeah, tell us all about.
Yeah.
What would you like to know, Patrick?
What would you like?
I'll
to know?
open that for you, love. Why don't
What
you
are the
listen?
questions?
Listen
No,
to
I'm taking
Dan.
the label off.
I'll take the label off for you, love.
What are the questions you have?
What would you like to know about Danielle's experience at Cannes?
Real
She met
honest
Jane.
question.
She
What were
she.
your impressions of the film market? Where all the distributors were?
Okay, so that was interesting because I was, first off, it was 2 floors of the film market. You know, they have like 2 floors. There was a lot of Asian films. I feel like the Asian market had the biggest presence there, which was interesting. Yeah, there was indie rights there. There was like all the different countries. I would say the film market, it's good for up and coming filmmakers. I feel like people that are not going for like the top level. But what I was telling Deb was that I realized the big distribution companies, the people you really kind of want to get into, if you're trying to go shoot for the stars at first,
Right.
is they were 2 blocks down in the Mondrian Hotel. Once we walked over there, I realized, I was like, oh, this is where the big deals are happening. They're not in the actual festival,
Right.
but they're right around the corner.
Right.
And if it wasn't for the festival, they wouldn't all be there. So that's when I was just talking to the director, TJ, and I was like, okay, like this is kind of where we need to put our focus rather than here. So I thought that was interesting. It was good to see all the films everyone's distributing in the film market right now.
Right.
But it's like if you're going to shoot for the stars, shoot for the stars first, and then go down to the other feasible ones.
Right.
So that was interesting to see. I had no idea
Right.
because that was like my first
Film market, yeah.
yeah. So that was interesting. So I think if I was to do it again or next time, I was telling Deb too, I would have my private meetings in place first.
Yes, exactly.
That way I'm able to go more into these companies with banners and go into there and have more of these meetings rather than go and not have anything set up and have to work my way up and talk to people without a meeting.
Right.
And there's
all film markets like that.
Yeah.
All film markets like that.
So that was a big ooh, in your face. Okay, this is really, you need private meetings. You need a lot of private meetings.
Right. The only way you meet the big guys is
Private meetings, yeah.
the private meetings.
We did, me and Jane though, we were able to get into a couple, talk to them, and we were like, do you just have a couple minutes of your time? We didn't have a meeting, and we were able to talk to a couple, which was good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. No.
But again, it was if we had meetings for every single one of these companies, that would have been gold.
And then
Now, how was the film market separate from the festival?
So the festival, the building in itself, everything's in one. So you get the Grand Lumiere Theater, which is the massive theater in the same building as the film market, but it was I think it's 3 or 4 levels. So you have the film market, short film corner stuff is the bottom level, first level, and then you have more film market. So 2 levels of film market. Then you go up and then you have more screenings. And then there's the Grand Lumiere Theater and everything. So it's all in the festival premises and building. But I feel it's separated on levels. Yeah. So that was interesting to see.
tell us about how did it go with Jane? Did you guys gel? Was it fun?
Great.
Was she nice?
Jane was awesome. Hi Jane, if you're watching. Thank you so much. She taught me so much stuff. I met up with her and I was telling Deb too, she wasn't at the festival, she wasn't at the film market, she was in the Mondrian Hotel, where, all the big wigs and stuff are.
Side note, I have a meeting.
Yeah.
I have a Cannes Film Festival meeting with Jane set up for Monday morning.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jane.
Before you go to the.
That's on Tuesday.
Okay. Awesome.
Jane was great. I feel she taught me, because I feel I'm new to producing and getting into this side, so she just gave me so much good advice. And she was like, well, you want to come with me and just come into a couple rooms with me? And I was like, yeah. She's like, well, just, you're my assistant. I was like, I will be your assistant all day. Let me just see what you do.
Tell Patrick about prancing.
Oh my
about
God.
What was the prancing?
Oh my God. So I was like, what have you been doing? And she's like, I've been prancing. I was like, what's prancing? And I guess it's when you don't have meetings, because some of these people are fucking busy all day long. She's like, well, you just wait till someone opens the door and you just go in behind, because you can't have access to the hotel rooms.
We know that.
Yeah, so she's like, you just wait for someone to come out and you come in. And she's like, do you want to come with me? I have 20 minutes. I was like, sure. I almost felt like I was doing something that was
naughty?
Loitering or breaking an entrance. I was like, yes, let's go. So I went with her and we went to a couple places. Some of them, they have the gatekeepers at the front and they're like, do you have a private meeting?
Yes.
We're like, no. But she's like, can I just get a few minutes of your time? I just have something. And then some of them are like, yeah, if you don't have a meeting, you can't come in. So some were turned away. And then we had a couple that were still, the gatekeeper was like, do you have a meeting? And we're like, no, but a couple minutes. And then the person from the company would see us and they're like, yeah, we have a couple minutes. Come in. So we got to go into their office room and do the whole spiel and give the pitch. And we had one of them that were really interested, which was awesome. And it was just me and Jane coming in and really just seeing
Was
how
that
she
13
talks.
films?
13 films.
Yeah.
So seeing how she pitches, when you're in this room, okay, you got a couple minutes. What are you gonna do? So to see what she did with those couple minutes.
Tell us more about that.
Out,
what did she do with those couple?
She gave out the one sheet.
What was her pitching style?
Yeah, it was very. It was just feel confident, blunt. Here it is. It was almost the approach of I do this every day. This is what we got. We have a pan of 3 horrors. This is this right here. And then she went into
tell Patrick about drama.
Oh yeah. So she had the 3 horrors, and then she had period piece, and then she had another action, and
By the way, for context,
Yeah.
for the viewers, for context, Jane asked me a month ago, would I be interested in directing a drama, And I was like, hell no, dramas don't sell unless you got like major stars. Like every filmmaker wants to make a drama, but the genre of drama is dead.
Crazy.
I was like, no,
Crazy.
fuck no. I was like, hell no. And she's like, so that's a no. I was a hard no. I was like, yeah, that's a hard no. So now with that context.
Yeah, 'cause she had a period piece that she was trying to, she's like, well, I also have this. And the lady was like, yeah, no, period pieces, dramas are very hard to sell right now. Very hard to sell. And then also a lot of the places we were going to was like, drama? No, we don't do drama. Not taking any drama. You got a horror? They're like, you have a horror?
I'm kind of
crazy.
I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad that Jane heard that from not just me, but from like the industry. You know.
Unless you got a big star attached to a period drama that doesn't star anyone, no one knows.
It's not going to do good.
gonna do
That's
well.
so interesting.
It's not. It's not even a category on the drop-down menu to register for NAPI for that
a
film.
horror that has a cool idea, a horror that has a cool idea that people don't need to, they can understand instantly.
Yes.
Yes, smile. You can sell that.
Interesting. Yeah, and then I also learned she's like, and I know you guys have said this too, but she's like, yeah, you don't really need an A-list cast attached to a horror. So that was nice to hear that it's like the genre in itself sells itself.
That was Pat. That was 13
That was
films
really
saying that,
nice.
not Jane. That was 13 films saying you don't need a.
Yeah, that we don't need, So that was a good. And then of course we got.
Which is what we know,
different
but
opinions.
obviously you want to you want to get the best cast you possibly can for any production. But with horror it matters less, and obviously on the other end of the spectrum with drama it's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like with a drama you might need to go A-list versus a horror. You can find somebody that's like maybe not at the top of Hollywood right now, but has good credits. And that's still like known. So that was really valuable. It was just great. I feel like overall I learned so much about the reality of producing and trying to find fundings for your own film and how many people are doing it, but also what makes you stand out, how to better prepare next time. I feel like I just learned so much. Because I was telling her 90% of the people there are trying to fund their films.
Yeah, I know. They're looking for money. Yeah, they're looking for money.
Everyone's looking for money. And they know that. So it's like, even that's probably why they're 2 blocks down. They're like, everyone wants to film their fun. This is like, a crowd of people, just like little piranhas. Like, let's come over here to step away from
it. It reminds me, what was the name of the actor from the Helena Hutchinson incident?
Alec Baldwin?
Thank you. Alec Baldwin did a documentary years back where he and a producer went to Cannes looking for money for their next project, and they couldn't get it. Have you ever seen that? Have you heard of it?
No.
Yeah.
Who did the documentary?
Alec Baldwin.
And he couldn't get money?
Yeah, him and his producer walking around Cannes, and the whole documentary, the point of it was to show how hard it is to get funding.
No way.
Because he's at Cannes trying to get funding for the next movie, and they couldn't do it.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I need to see this documentary.
Yeah. I've only ever seen the trailer. I've never seen the movie. I've got to dig it up and find that. But
that's interesting.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. So it was kind of, for me, if anything, like a reality check. Like, okay, this is what it is. I feel like I've always, like, had the art side of it and the craft. And, like, honestly, as an actor, you audition. You're there after the funding's in place. And now doing more producing or getting into that, now you see, like, oh, yeah, this is the dirty work.
Yeah, the dirty work. I like that. Patrick, you ready for some dirty work?
Like what?
Like producing?
Yeah.
We've been doing dirty work for a couple of years now.
Yeah. Feels like for years and years and years. Feels like for decades at this point, but yeah.
That's interesting, yeah.
How was the weather?
Oh my God, perfect.
Yeah, I know, I could tell. I could tell from your
Perfect.
social media posts.
So nice. It was like 70, and then there was sun. It was perfect.
Oh, did Marcus reach out to you yet? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me call him real quick because he wants to speak to you.
Oh, he does?
He does. I told him you were out the country.
Who was the distribution company for Terrifier 2? Was it Coven?
No, wasn't it, might have been Coven. I think it was, though,
I'm gonna look it up on IMDb right now.
oh, Bloody Disgusting.
Bloody Disgusting, yeah.
Because there was a company there called Coven.
Yeah, but run by some women. Horror distributor run by women.
But they had either Terrorizer or Terrifier 3 on their thing.
Maybe. There might be a kind. Hold on, let me find out. I'll see if Marcus is available. Hey, love, how you doing?
They were the sales representative, Coven, yeah, for Terrifier 2.
Okay. You doing what, sorry?
I met them.
Oh, cool. Everything okay? Got it. So, Danielle's just got back from Cannes, and she's here, so I'm going to put you on speakerphone, because I was about to tell her, but then I figured I might as well tell her while you're on the phone.
Hello, Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good. How was it?
It was fun. It was quite the experience. It was, I feel like I learned so much on, like, learning about the producing side and just, how big the festival was. But it was great. I'm so grateful I got to go. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, when we last spoke, Marcus, we were talking about setting up a table read in person here in town in Vegas for Scissor Mouth.
Yeah.
And you said you wanted to connect with Danielle because she's locked into so many local actors and stuff. And I told you that she would be great to read for Darlene. But I just wanted to make sure that you two are connected and that you have each other's phone numbers. Because if you guys could organize that table read, that would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I actually, hold on 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, can I call you all right back? This is the airline calling.
Yes,
Can I
sir.
call you all right back?
Cha-cha.
We'll be here. Okay, yeah. Let me make sure I have this number.
I am going to add Marcus to my list of people who can call me.
Okay, so that's on my...
There's only like 3
oh my
people.
God.
There's only Patrick, the Senior Vice President of Warner Brothers, and Kimberly.
You know what? That's very smart, though.
I'm going to add you. Danielle.
So I'm adding to my task.
You officially can call me. That person is off the island. Who else can call me? Oh, Marcus is already on the island. Great.
On the island. That's good.
So it's only you, Kimberly, Patrick, Marcus, and the SVP of Warner Brothers. Not even my own family can call me.
What if A24 tries to call you?
They're not going to call me.
They're going to email you.
Did you see Andy Roja anywhere?
Who?
Andy Roja?
Oh, no.
Danielle. The table read.
Yes.
We can set it up for here. You guys can pick a date, all that good stuff. And then
when do you kind of want to get it done? When are you thinking?
I'm cool anytime except next week.
Okay, so you kind of want to do it like soonish.
Yeah.
In the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Why wait?
Why not?
Oh, here he is. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, sorry about that.
No, it's all good. Oh, really? That's funny. Small world. I spoke to him yesterday. So, I just wanted to, I got you on speakerphone, Danielle's sitting next to me, but she's about to jam. So I just wanted to say, feel free to connect with her, and you guys can, organize the table read. We can do it at my place, do it in a couple weeks' time, or whenever you guys feel ready to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was actually looking, because I talked, with Allie last night, being interviewed. I was like, even asked her, for help. We could probably do it up at Space. What do they call Spacecraft?
Are you down for a phone call tomorrow?
Tomorrow I am flying to Phoenix.
Fun.
Yeah, if you hit me up in the afternoon, I should be in Phoenix.
Or any day this week. Let me know what day, since you're flying, no worries. But whenever you're free this week, and then we can talk about like the actors and kind of getting this thing together.
Okay. Yeah, I'll text you when I touch down tomorrow morning.
Okay, safe flight.
Yeah, we got one. Okay.
By the way, I watched your interview. Great interview. Thank you for the shout out.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had to mention you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Feeling the love. All right. Well, hey, listen, have a great time in Phoenix. And when do you think the ETA on the budget is going to be? Like 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'll try to get it in sooner than that. But yeah, just give me 2 weeks. Because now I'm reading the new draft too.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. What do you think of the new draft? Everything good?
It's flowing. Yeah, everything's good. So yeah, I'm gonna knock that out. but I'm gonna get it done before 2 weeks. So.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Because I have a
Yeah.
meeting. I have a meeting with Jane in England on Monday about that slate of 11 movies and the soft offer of $1 million.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna be hammering away at it while I'm down there. Because I
Awesome.
already started, so I'm already halfway through.
Yeah, you're back. Back to the attack. We miss you.
I know, I missed you guys.
Oh.
It was fun, but I was like, all right.
Oh, I got some big news to tell you, Patrick, in a minute. It's about a DP. I connected with one.
Someone on our list or someone I don't know?
Someone on our list.
The black guy?
No. An Australian woman. I'll show you her reel in a minute, but she already has the screenplay and will read it by the end of tomorrow.
And she's based here in the U.S.?
No, Australia. That's the only problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I knew. But it's never easy. But she shoots
You're the one telling me it's so difficult to get work visas for people.
Yeah, but she's worked in America twice in the last 2 years, so I was going to approach that and say, how did that work out with that? And you know, if it's not possible or if it's too costly, then we'll go on to someone else. But so far, she's the only one that's given me the time of day. She's done all genres. She told me she's done every single genre. Look at this.
Oh, I'm loving it.
It's great. She's great. And
I see that. I can see even. Great depths.
Great depth. Great cinema.
Yeah.
Like you can tell in all of this. She's
See,
very
that
cool.
was just a wall behind. It's great depths.
Right, opposed to what we saw last night in that film. Look at this. She's clearly fantastic. One of the strange things... Oh, there is a show reel. Great, let's check it out. This is Susan Lumden's show reel. She's a DP from Australia, and I just absolutely love her work. Let's check out the show reel. From what we've seen so far, it's very impressive. Let's see if I can get this show reel to play. Beautiful. She's done stuff for Netflix. I think Netflix Australia, though.
That's good.
I'm captivated.
All the different lighting situations.
Different styles. I love this shot. Look at the reflections in the water. Look at that. She used to stunt work, VFX, all kind of stuff. super strong reel. So yeah, this director of photography, I found her through Women in Media LA, and then I stalked her on her Instagram, and I sent her a message last night, and I just said, hey, I love your work, and then we got talking about film, and then I asked her, how could I, get you to take a look at what we're working on, and she graciously said yes. And so cinematographer Susan Lumsden is checking out Scissor Mouth. Obviously, the big issue is that she lives in Australia, and that has built-in limitations: travel, work visas, her team, all that kind of stuff. But she's on the short list, and we can figure those things out if she's the right person.
Yep, yeah, it's positive. Yeah.
It's positive, right?
Yeah, very positive.
Really positive. So she's actually got the screenplay right now in Australia. She's in the studio today, but she's going to read it tomorrow. So that's exciting. We'll see what kind of feedback we get. Boys and girls, I actually have to switch gears now, and I have to complete some notes for a commercial project, the project for the Berkeley University. I have to, I've got the notes back in. I'm doing some motion graphics for them. So I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon working on that. But if you like this long-form content, you know what to do. Click on the circle up here to subscribe. Please leave a 5-star review down below, and I will see you all tomorrow for more film development hell. Peace.